You did remote view and then thing, and then sent me over like correct or like say that or whatever. It's interesting because I never know how you guys feel about like just sort of like anecdotal things or like you're. But like I mean, let me tell you because what comes to my mind when during this like health thing, I mean but I mean it fits in. It's just by way of anecdote. I've made a lot of videos in the beginning of our thing about be about New Orleans and about how I got in your thing and everything, and like how I was running from this place. Okay, well here's the thing: the two things happened the same night. Like I was seeing a girl in New Orleans, okay, and like she was from a poor family and everything, and they don't allow my gate. And one night she slept, she when she got she was just throwing up. She was throwing up. It's like it was slept in the damp. The house was damp. Okay, so right, so but what ended up happening is I got these frantic calls from her and her family and everything. Okay, here's the thing. The bill like to go in, it was nothing. I mean, it was nothing. It was just like I don't know, like from being in the damp house. She was like throwing up. She went to the emergency room and they treated her. Okay, I get a call like for her. She's like, I can't pay this bill. Like I can't. But can you help me out? See, when I can't pay this bill, and I know how. Okay, well, how much is it? And it was like over $200. Right, like you go in the hot, like just you just needed some like just because you're throwing up, right? It's $200. It's $200 to just like the normal thing that happens to people, right? But the alternative, right, to what you can do, not go to the emergency room, like. Right, I mean, she'd been throwing up, and it would have gotten like worse. But it's not even that. It's when someone's like, throwing up all day. Well, Jesus Christ, take her to the emergency room. Right now, the whole visit was like over $200. She can't pay that. She can't. I mean, like okay, so right, but that same night, like right. I went to visit. I mean, like I was like go visit her in the hospital, or whatever. There was like a little like bar across the street. Okay, so I'm sitting there, like she's calling to get really lonely here in the hospital. A guy like is sitting next to me at the bar. He's from Ireland. Okay, he was on a cruise with his wife that was gonna be like not. They weren't gonna be stopping in America. They were like taking a cruise that was I don't know going to Caribbean or something. All right, and the thing is, his wife had a heart attack on the ship. Okay, so they emergency docked it, at New Orleans. There's a thing there, and brought her to the hospital, same hospital Sabrina was in. He's downstairs and he's like talking a mile a minute because he's like, oh, my wife had a heart attack on the trip. He was, in, the whole thing. Okay, right. And then he said, but mate, like, what? He said the bill, it's $10,000. It's $10,000. I don't understand what you mean. He said, I've got it to pay, but wait a minute. What? He'd never been to America before. He said, well, you don't have health care here, mate. Like, what happens if someone gets sick? What happens if someone gets sick? I mean, he had 10 grand to pay, but I mean, he obviously had money. Okay, no. I said, you've never been in America before, right? No, that's how it is here, right? Your wife has a heart attack. Your wife has a heart attack on a boat. You're docked in America. No, 10 grand, buddy. I know. There's no health care. He said, but what if someone gets sick? I said, I'm waiting right now. I'm waiting for my girlfriend. Like, I mean, I'm going to go visit my girlfriend. Right. She went in. She has like a stomach flu or something. The bill's over $200. I have to pay it for her. I know. If this is how it is here. Okay. People, I mean, this has to stop. But I mean, I don't know if people know the reality of it exactly, or they just think it's like a political thing, thing we argue about.